Hello, Ziggy No Live. Here we go, man. Day 3. Sports Cards Daily. Day 3. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't know why that's a holiday. I think it's a Hallmark holiday, right? Didn't we make that in the United States? I got StreamYard up and running. I got chat. I can see Mike Ham out there. Mike, thanks for saying hi this morning. Looks like I have no viewers. I have no idea. We'll just go ahead and wing it. We'll go ahead and get started, man. So it's day 3 on Sports Cards Daily Live in the morning. I'm kind of liking this format. I go to bed at night. I take down some notes of what I want to talk about in the morning. And then in the morning, I'm just kind of winging it. And it gives me time to work on some deeper projects for the weekend. So super excited about that. Where are my notes? Okay. First thing that hit me this morning, I'll say too, I get up, take the dogs out, start my coffee, turn on the news. Normally I turn on the sports news. I don't really listen to the news. And the news is still, I guess, the biggest thing going on. Tequila in your coffee? No, man, I can't do that. I got to work today. Tequila in the coffee. That'd be a good idea. I mean, you know who would know, right? Anyway, the big morning news on sports is the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. Now, I know Aaron Rodgers is sports news, but that's also big hobby news, right? And that made me think to myself, how many of us out there are just hoping, whether you're a fan or not of the football or of Aaron Rodgers, you're like, trade him. I want him traded. Because if you have love cards, you're like, I want him traded so my love cards go up. And if you have Aaron Rodgers cards, you're saying, trade him like Brady, and maybe he goes some places and wins a Super Bowl in 1 year, right? Maybe he does a Brady, and his cards go up. And if he goes to the right franchise, you know that franchise is playing for a championship. So I got to think we are all anticipating a trade. And in the sports card market, I think a lot of value is now being built into the love cards and to the Rodgers cards to some degree to see where he's going to go. And you'll have that what I call the pool ball effect. If Rodgers hits a team, goes to a team, he's going to push a quarterback out of there, or he's going to strengthen some receivers. So whatever happens with him will be interesting. Now, I will say, as we all know, a lot of us are already speculating. I'm not, the only one thinking about this. So that's why I think card prices have already started to creep up on some of those guys and some, speculation on where he's going to go. That being said, it's fun to sit back and watch right now, right? I will say, as soon as that trade is announced, you'll see StarStock and CompC and all those instant, access, eBay prices and everything of those cards that are, out there. They'll probably be snagged and grabbed. So look for that. And again, that's one thing I have to say that I love about the hobby is that I can watch sports. And today, if I go in a meeting and I'm sitting there talking to a guy, we can talk about Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers is a great topic to talk about, whether he likes Aaron or not. Now, if he doesn't like football, I'll change the topic. But, you'd be sitting around, hey, man, are you a, Washington football team fan? Yeah, I am. Hey, you see what's going on with Aaron Rodgers? Could you imagine if the Washington football team got Aaron Rodgers? And, that would just start a whole conversation going. And all my research is really around sports cards, but it's sports as well. So that's kind of what I super love the hobby is that I'm doing stuff that I can use in real life too, right? I can still talk to people about sports. Sports is very, it helps build rapport. Okay. So also want to point out today, 2 big things today, besides it being Cinco de Mayo. It is release day in the hobby. Wednesday is a release day, so we're going to go over kind of a few releases, what those releases are. Nothing super special in my opinion. I believe today, Topps Tier 1 Baseball, which is a phenomenal product. I'm just not a big fan of these extra products. I am a fan of Topps, so if you're using it, love to hear your thoughts, your comments. Please leave that. Just not my thing right now. I focus mainly on flagship, the Bowman cards, stuff that I can collect, grade. I don't know. I'm more into the card and the auto than I am some of these relic-y stuff. I thought it was interesting. Hobby boxes on Tier 1 are roughly 180 to 190. So that's actually, I don't know. What I will tell you this is that's not a huge increase over previous years. It's not 3 or 4x like Panini products. You might made a comment about this. Topps products might go up in value year after year, but they do a good job of controlling the suggested retail price. Now that might be a great price and that might sell it quickly, but they do it. At least they do that. Conversely, today is Panini Flawless Football Day. Okay. Right now, I believe Flawless is selling for $5,000 a box, not a case, for 1 box. That's just wrong. There's no reason. I'm not even going there. That's today's Flawless Day. Panini Crown Royal Basketball. I think I talked about this earlier in the week. I kind of think of this as the poor man's RFP. However, that right now is selling for $400 to $500 a box. Now, this is an example, in my opinion, of a product that in the last few years is probably 2x or more I want to say that was about a $200 box a few years ago, but I could be wrong. I won't be chasing Panini Crown Royal primarily. They're just not a product that I'm into as much anymore, not at that cost. And I'm not as excited about this reclass, and Star Stock doesn't take them. If Star Stock doesn't take them, it's very rare that I'm going to probably chase that card. Next week, we have Impeccable Basketball. Also, I'll just give you a heads up. Score Football will be hitting the shelves soon. Here's an interesting thing about Score Football. If you remember Score, okay, remember Score baseball cards? Okay, Score is a wonderful product. Who owns Score? I'm trying to think. Is Score on their own? I don't think they're. I forget who Score's part of. Are they part of Panini? Check this out. A hobby box is going to be $330 for Score Football. I think these are still college jerseys. I mean, the one I'm looking at is a college jersey. It says Score Draft 2021, Lawrence Taylor, and it comes at $330. Whoa. Okay, I'll move on. Next week, also 2021 Upper Deck Artifacts Golf. I think this is a newer product, or a product that's coming back. I don't see a lot of golf. That could be interesting, so we'll see how that goes. So keep an eye out for that. Let me see any comments here. Morning. Thank you, Raven Invest. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Really appreciate it. I got chat working today. I'm inside the living room again. I got the Luca on that side, the side I'm leaning into. Yeah, that's my Luca over there. And a shout out to Dustin, Personal Finance. I hope you're feeling better. I saw you this morning. We're going to talk about Gary Vee in a moment. So that's kind of my thoughts on release note, Aaron Rodgers. Let's also look at what's going on around the hobby news. Okay, so a few things that stood out to me. There was another article on Sports Collectors Daily about a break-in. Where is the article? But over $50,000 in an open product stolen at Tennessee shop. Wow, I wonder if I know anybody at that shop who owns that shop. I know some people in Tennessee. Not that I know a lot of people. I mean, I know there's a lot of shops, but that's just that's sad. I'll just say this. I'm not going to go over the whole story, but the point is there's going to be more of that. It makes you think about how you're protecting your cards, because again, these things are very, very easy to what's the word, fence, I guess. If you get sports cards, especially they're sealed, you can open them up and then sell them on the open market, and no one's really going to know anything. So be cautious, be careful. I guess what I'm thinking about is, if you have a large collection, I hope you're thinking about some type of insurance. I wonder if you do or don't. A lot of times homeowners' policies do not cover that. And then also, if you're one of these guys who's hoarding a lot of sealed wax, I see a lot of these garages where the guy's got like tons and tons of retail or tons and tons of cases. And I was thinking to myself, what happens if that got on fire, or if that got stolen, or how many people are you showing that to? And I'm very private, I guess, about some stuff. And I always think about this. These break-ins and these crimes, that's a concern to me. So probably on the rise, and I'm sure everybody's kind of thinking about it as far as, how do you protect yourself? What happens if it's you, right? I remember a few months ago, well, probably a few years ago now, think about it, where a friend of mine on Facebook had a bunch of cards in his car, and his car was broken into, and they were all gone. So there's another thing too. Don't leave stuff like that in your car. If people see a box of Prism, Prism now is popular enough, they might break it. It's like seeing a laptop in your car. Don't leave your laptop in your car. Don't leave a box of Prism in your car, right? Those are a couple things to keep in mind. Some other stuff going on around the hobby yesterday. There wasn't a lot of super interesting, and I don't want to say this in the wrong way, super interesting breaking news in the hobby. A lot of conversations around some big hits, some more Target feedback. I am hearing in some areas Target's changing their policy again. I have not checked my Target. We will see. I'll probably go there today or tomorrow and get kind of a lay of the land for what Friday looks like. Last week, I liked the policy with one box per person. What it gives you the ability to do is basically hit more than one stores. Prior to that, you basically parked at one store, and then you got in line, and you hoped you got whatever was left at that store, and then you were done. So if you were the last in line, you got nothing. Your day was terrible. This new policy, what's nice is that if you get to the store and you're 10th in line, you're probably going to get something. And if you drive quickly enough to the next Target, you're probably gonna get something there. Like, it seems like Targets will have stuff for probably a few hours in the morning instead of just a few minutes. So your window of opportunity to get one item at more stores, I think, is a greater thing. And I'm pretty excited about that. Some other interesting news. Here's what I want to talk about. I totally forgot this. It was on my notes. I mentioned to you guys the other day about cardhedger.com, right? I have not used it yet. I'm curious. I'm always looking for new opportunities, new solutions, stuff out there you can use. Another one, slab stocks. You guys are all probably familiar with slab stocks. Slab stocks has announced, you can go to their website, slabstocks.com, and you can pre-register for Slab Stocks Pro. I don't know when it's coming, but I assume it's coming soon. I remember back last year, they were hyping this to get this out last summer. That didn't happen. They had some testing issues. From what I understand, the big obstacle really was working with eBay on some stuff to make sure things were ironed out. And eBay was backed up. So it took some time for these guys to get things done. It was not totally on slab stocks. I'm curious to see what this is going to be like. And I'll just say this. I'm a big fan of people using data tools and being smart and being wise. And I like to see, I'm also a big fan of competition. You also know, if you haven't followed my channel, I do use market movers. I'm a huge fan of market movers. I'm not an affiliate. I don't sell it to anybody. I am a friend with Jeff. I really enjoy the people over there. They've been great people to work with in the past. What I meant by that is I was very active in the Facebook groups and stuff. So I'm excited to see these new solutions kind of add competition in a positive way, right? To bring in new options for people, new things they can look at, new ways they can expand their reach. I want to point out that I thought it was funny at every show you see, whether it's Dallas or Miami or whatever trade show, you tell me the first time you see some guys do a deal when they're using a data tool. Because right now they all use eBay. I mean, they still all use eBay. eBay's still the dominant tool that everybody uses to comp a card. And we all admit that eBay is probably the most flawed, right? Because probably the last transactions might not have completed, or maybe, the transaction didn't go through. We just don't know. But we look at the last one. Hey, it's comping at this, and then we make some decisions on how to move forward. So look for those new tools. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you guys are using data tools, what you like, what you don't like. Again, I'm open to talk about them. As you know, on my channel, I don't endorse, I don't affiliate. I just give you my honest opinion on shit. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see where we are. Not a lot to talk about this morning. Let's see if there's something else I want to discuss on before I move into NFTs. And I don't want to spend too much time on NFTs, but I do want to close with that. I guess the next big topic really is Gary V's NFT project. Before I get there, let me just take a quick step. I did participate last night, listened in and moderated Comeback Card Investors video with, is it Scott, right? From Starstock, and did enjoy this. Now I'll say it was short and sweet. I think Scott had about 30 minutes. But it was nice because what they talked about, kind of the basics. Starstock explained what they've been working on, some of the growth, some of the changes, catching up on grading, processing. They have a new system. They're really encouraging. It's interesting. There is a big drive in the platform world to get slab cards in. Everybody wants slab cards, right? I think I said Slab Hub was another group I came across that sells Slab Hub, and then there's MySlabs.com, right? Which are both platforms focused on slab products, right? Selling slabs. Good morning. Jeff is using eBay. Yeah. Jeff was using eBay. I said the same thing. He's using eBay at the Miami show. And I understand too. And the Market app the Market Movers app will be available. Card Ladder has a free app. I mean, that's the thing. There's lots of these apps, but when it comes to a deal, no one's using those to make the deals, right? We're all using eBay. And I understand. I probably would too. The first guy pulls that Market Movers on me and starts using that the comp stuff, I'm going to be pretty impressed, right? Or if it's Card Ladder, I'll even be impressed with that too, even though I'm not a fan. Okay. What was I just saying before I lost my train of thought? So Scott was talking about the improvements they're making. And I will say, I am still very much a Starstock fan. As Brad commented at the end, this time last year, Starstock was just a name on a GoDaddy page, right? There was no Starstock. They launched a few weeks from now. I remember the summer, I think it was July, when they were on Jeff's show, Sports Card Investor. And that's when I got signed up with these guys and started using them. And I've been a big fan. And I'll say, as they move into year two, I'm super excited what they can do and what they can provide. So slabs, they're looking for slabs. They're running a slab special on their site that if you send them slab cards, right, you send them 5 slabs, they'll give you $7 in shipping credit. If you send them 25 slabs, they'll give you $12 in shipping credit and $10 bonus credit. If you send them 50 slabs, they'll give you up to $15 of credit and $30 bonus credit. So for 50 slabs, they're getting $45. That's really not very much. If you send them $100 and 100 slabs, which is a lot of weight, they're giving you $20 to shipping and $100 bonus credit. I don't know if that's really that special. It does catch my attention. It's funny because I was actually thinking about exchanging some slabs. I have a Chaz Chisholm. I have two Chaz Chisholm cards on Star Stock that aren't getting any love at all. And I was actually thinking about moving them down to a different platform. One thing I don't like, as I'm honest with you, about Star Stock is when you park your slabs there, they're parked there, right? Then you can't get them. If you want them back, you got to mail them back, right? So I like my raw cards there more than I do my slabs. I'd rather have my slabs so I can take them to a show. I can trade them. I can use them on Facebook. I can put them on eBay. I can do more, put them on Instagram if I have the slab in hand. So I have to think about it. I don't have a lot of slabs, but it is something to consider as you're selling. And I will say that's another book thing to talk about. It seems like there's still the art of selling is lost. Everybody I see on the investment side of the content channels is all talking about, oh, I got this card. I'd love to see more of them talk about how they're selling. Like I'd like to see a series if you guys could do, show me how you're selling cards and what prices you're getting when you sell. Are you getting those top dollar prices? I don't think we are. I think a lot of us, we have to leave a little meat on the bone when we do these deals. Okay. Got the Star Stock then come back, Card Investor last night. Today is Wednesday. I'm trying to think live shows. The Hype is normally on today. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Hype. What else is Wednesdays? There's normally some good content on Wednesdays. Thursdays is a lot more scheduled stuff. I'm building the calendar, so I'll know better next week as we go through this. But you think I know because I watch this stuff all the time, right? Next up, 5-5, Gary V, NFT. Okay, if you're still here and you're paying attention, what are your thoughts? And you're probably thinking, what, Ziggy? What the hell are you talking about? Well, Gary V, all I'll say this is if Gary V was promoting a sports card drop, if he was promoting something big in the sports cards, like he is this NFT thing, we would all be having a hissy fit. And I'll give you an example. I remember last year, a few weeks from now, because we're in May, I think it was like in June, Project 2020 was on fire. Boom. Everybody was Project 2020, Project 2020. It was the next thing. It was changed the world. And Gary Vee was supposed to go on an interview with Blake Jamieson to talk about it, but it didn't happen. But there was all this hype and, oh, Gary Vee talks, and it didn't happen. And he later on said he didn't want to get involved and he didn't want to influence and have an impact on the hobby, blah, 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 blah. And at the time I was like, hey, cheers, Gary Vee. That's pretty cool, you. Year later, and I'll also say this real quickly too, for everybody who's a Gary Vee fan or hater or lover or whatever, I admire the man for what he does. As a businessman, as a content creator, I admire what he does. Okay. I'm not judging him. If I was going to judge him, I'd give him an A. He's freaking rich. Okay. But I didn't know who he was until last year when he came into sports cards. I heard about him, but only through sports cards, right? He'd spoken years before that about Giannis cards, right? So my point is, last year, he stepped away from the sports card, didn't want to hype it. This year, NFTs are big, and he's been, in my opinion, been a great voice on NFTs. He's come out a lot and said, look, you guys don't understand the power of the NFT. You're missing a lot of this. Basically, I'll summarize the list. NFTs are huge. Top Shot, overrated. It's kind of the way he was saying. And as I got into it and started researching, he's absolutely right. What Top Shot is doing is overrated. It's awesome. I like it. It's fun. But the fact that those people got up to, hundreds of thousands of dollars in value is probably not going to happen ever again. Not in Top Shot or in another sports like NFT. Okay, that was a unique experience. Kind of like, I don't think we'll have a Project 2020 blow up like we did before. We learned from certain things. Now, we might have a different blow up in the NFT world. It might be something other than a sports card, right? Maybe it's this Gary Vee thing he's doing. I don't know. But he jumps in it. He's been very, very smart about NFTs. He jumps into it. But a few weeks ago, what I guess throws me for a loop is he announced his project and he came out saying, look, you got to get as much Ethereum as you can. Now, Ethereum, a few things that just for people who are new or not new to blockchain and whatever, Ethereum is one of the more expensive chains and tokens. Ethereum's there with like Bitcoin. It's not as expensive as Bitcoin, but it's one of the bigger boys, okay? The biggest thing about Ethereum is the Ethereum blockchain is the most, I believe I could be wrong, but one of the top most energy consuming, heavy on service blockchains in the world. And I'm avoiding NFTs. Feel like I don't disagree. Well, not that I'm avoiding them. They're not a bubble. They are going to change the way we're doing commerce, right? They will be part of your world. You're going to use them kind of like microchips will. How they're being used, I can understand. I feel like it's a bubble. You should not put value in an NFT simply because it's a video clip of a cameraman dunking a ball, right? Or it's a recreation of a sports card, now electronic version. It should have value, but I don't think it should be billions of dollars. Anyway, come back here. Gary Vee, he says a few weeks ago, get Ethereum. You want to have Ethereum in your wallet. So a couple things. Ethereum, expensive blockchain. Another thing, MetaMask is the tool you need, or he's recommending. MetaMask, I set one of those up and I did it on my other channel. If you guys have any questions about it, do it. I can show you. It's not hard to do, but it's also not easy, right? It has to plug in with your browser. There could be other issues. I know my father would have a problem with it, right? He wouldn't be able to set up a MetaMask. I think Dustin was talking about, he has some challenges. It's not user-friendly as the Wax wallet is. The Wax wallet basically clicks in with your Facebook or your Google account. It is a custodial wallet. I don't know if MetaMask is, but it's not quite as user-friendly. And like I said, Ethereum's not cheap. So he comes up with this thing where, hey, get some Ethereum. And then he talks about a few days ago how he's going to do whatever this project is in a Dutch auction. Now, you know my feelings of the Dutch auction. When I hear Dutch auction, I hear Dutch oven, right? I feel like I'm being held under the blankets. Someone is holding me down and just farting all the time. And I have to breathe that in. Like, I've never heard of a Dutch auction in a positive way. Have you guys heard of positive Dutch auctions? Am I wrong? I'll talk about Dodge in a second. Dutch, I'll say this, Dodge is probably good because I sold mine, which means it's probably going to continue going up. A Dutch auction, when I hear it, it's kind of like when I hear somebody say, what's the market cap of the card? I just feel like they're in it for the money. I could be totally wrong. So my concerns right now, and I've watched a lot of social media kind of grilling Gary Vee for this. Oh, he's pumping, dumping, doesn't make a difference what his project is. He's making tons of money off Ethereum, and why doesn't he know that all these kids are supposed to be doing this? Should be care about the economy or should care about the environment. They shouldn't use Ethereum. They should use a better chain. There's a whole bunch of complaints. Today's 5-5. Let's see what happens. What I will say is I credit him. Like I said, I admire him as a businessman. I'm sure whatever he's cooking is going to be interesting. I really do. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting Ethereum. I don't have that much Ethereum if I wanted to. I'm not going to get involved. I will watch. I'm excited because it will bring more people into the world and NFTs. Another thing I'll point out, guys, that's taking money out of sports cards. And that's a fact right there. All those Gary Vee heads were told to go get Ethereum and get ready for NFTs. That means they're not spending money on sports cards. Like they didn't spend it on sneakers, right? And they are an impact in this hobby. So that's something to pay attention to. A lot, and we'll talk about that more later on, but in order for this hobby to be successful, you have to have a lot of collectors. And there are definitely more people thinking that they have what collectors want than actually what collectors want. Okay. I don't like Dutch auctions evil. I feel like the price is a lot of people out. I agree. Here's another thing. If you're going to Dutch oven, then you have to have no floor. A floor is a coward's way. It really is. Because an auction, basically, when you put the balls to auction something off, you're basically, right, reserve, whatever. Hey, if it sells, it sells. I'm trusting the market. The market's, especially like, for example, on the marketplace blockchain, on Atomic Hub, you put something in auction, you can put the floor on it. I guess you could put like the minimum bid, but you have to go with the auction. The Dutch auction reverses it down and says, this is the minimum they're going to sell for. That kind of irks me. I don't know. I don't like that as much. Every policy is an anti-consumer. I agree. Panini is very anti-consumer. Listen to Wax Museum podcast he just did on Panini. It is very, very good because he talks about the contract and the control that Panini has and what they've been doing and how they are hurting the consumer. So check out Wax Museum's podcast. Very, very good stuff. Okay, so let me summarize my Gary Vee thought here. I had another another note. Gary Vee, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to watch. And I'm excited because, like I said, what I do think is I think it brings energy to the NFTs. What I have been participating in, as I've launched my channel on sports NFTs, and I'm going to stick focused to sports NFTs. So I'm playing with baseball, and I'm playing with the tops. I'm looking forward to the UFC. I'm hoping for football and soccer. I did find some soccer NFTs that are actually being used in a game. What I'll say this, for the person who didn't like NFTs, there are a lot of really, really cool games that you can use NFTs for that the world hasn't even touched on, right? I saw, I can't remember the name of the game, Solare, as in S-O-R-A-R, Sorare, S-O-R-A-R-E, Sorare Soccer, where you use cards and they give you some and you build a team and your team can make money. Also the NFTs for the horses where they can make money. There are some pretty practical, cool things. You're totally correct. The money is being pulled in cards. Yep. Well, part of it is you have to understand that money came into cards because there's nothing else to do last year. And I think that's something that a lot of these people in cards, again, aren't being honest about. They didn't come last year and say, hey, I'm going to camp out and spend the rest of my career in cards. They came here because that was the only option. And their attention spans are short because, we all have a short attention spans. And now there's another shiny new rock out there to go chase, right? So, yeah, that's going to move. And that's why, it's funny. I'm coming up on a year anniversary, and I'll start referencing some of my last year's videos. One of them I did was Rise of the Refractors. The other one I did last year around this time was the 10 theories of sports cards because the laws are being broken, right? Things that we shouldn't be doing were being done. Like, I'm not a fan of second-year cards, okay? Everybody's going to put in the chat, oh, Michael Jordan second-year cards, great. There's some value in second-year cards. I absolutely think there's no value in second-year cards. Michael Jordan might have second-year value and some of the stuff because it's old. But for the most part, every player's second-year card is basically somebody thinking they got the rookie card and realizing, damn, it's not. And then they sell it, and someone else thinks it too. And that keeps this like false value there, in my opinion. That's my crazy theory. Not really important right now. Okay. The last thing real quickly on NFTs is that I did find last night another thing I just absolutely love about the Wax platform. I was on Wax and I found another marketplace. And that's the cool thing. There's not just one marketplace. There are many. There's NFT Hive. There's Atomic Marketplace, which is what I've been using. There's Wax Stash, Wax Labs. What was the other one? God, I can't find it now. Anyway, I'll find it later on. But this one had the ability that you could break NFTs. Like, it was a breaker, like a pack of 45. You pay so much wax to get in the pack of 45. And it was actually calculated at really what market value was. So I think the NFT pack was going for around $900, calculated up to about $900. So you were getting at market value for getting in a break. I didn't get in one. I didn't want to try it, but I do want to try it, but I didn't have the wax way to do it because I don't do break with one spot. If I'm going to get in a break, I want like many spots. Anyway, I watched that. I thought it was very cool. And that's another thing I'll say is that you think breaking's big. Breaking in the NFT world could be huge, right? A lot of people in Top Shot right now, they're dropping a pack a week. So you could just store up a bunch of packs and then every month start being a breaker in the NFT world. And I think you're going to see some of that kind of spill over in the NFT world that I'm excited about. So I'm excited about, yesterday was also Topps' recipe day. Again, if you're following the Top stuff, they changed their recipes, their chase cards on Tuesdays. That was fun to watch. The market's more adjusting and learning from that. This is week 3 of those. We have 2 more weeks ahead of us. So I'm super, super excited in what I'm seeing on the NFT side. Another thing I'll say, I was working on a side project, is that I've learned how to mint my own NFTs. If I can do it, you can do it. And here's the really cool thing about this. I now understand the whole residual income thing, right? And I won't talk about too much in this video, but I'll show you guys later on. But when you create an NFT, and I'm doing this on the Wax platform, you can set the amount of fee you want to collect on future transactions. So as an example, I can make NFTs and I could give them away for free, which is probably what I'm going to do. I'll give them away for free. And then if there is market value, if people want to sell or trade them in the market, if there's a transaction takes place, I will get a residual piece of that action. That's kind of cool. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not much for profiting. That's not what my channel's about. So ethically, I'm thinking to myself, do I want to do that? Do I want to profit? I'm not against profit, right? I'm not a communist. It wasn't my intent, but I think that's phenomenal to show that, because artists, if you're an artist out there, and I posted something yesterday about I'm looking for artists, you need to talk to me, because I can help find you a path to getting your art, getting some visibility, because you can control how many pieces of art you make. You control who has it. You can make your art free for a year and then turn that on and leave that little thing in there so that later on, as it gets value, you get some residual income. So I really want to talk to artists out there. I don't know much about music, but I can see how you can NFT music. And again, I'm not a genius here, guys. That is some of the cool stuff I like about what these NFTs are allowing you to do. There's a guy who used to do, I can't remember this guy's name. I see his face. I'm going to reach out to him on Facebook. He had a channel. He used to make his own art cards. He would be perfect for this NFT. I'm also talking to Costa Rica Cards. He does art. I'm going to talk to him about doing some artistic NFTs. And I want to help enable these people, right? Get them set up. I can't, Mr. P, I will show you how to set it up. And I'll tell you this, there are 2 really good videos out there. If you go, and it's hard to explain this. I'll find the links and I'll put them down below. But there are 2 good videos explaining you how easy it is to make NFTs. What's also interesting, both videos were made in the last 6 months, maybe 8 months. So the NFT building market is very, very new. And again, I think it's very interesting too. I am super excited. And I'm not telling you go make it to make money. It's not like, hey, let's already go make, $1 million NFTs. But it gives you the ability to have some art. Like, here's what I was thinking about right now, or last night. all the YouTube channels that are out there, I would like to reach out to them and get them to NFT their content creator insignias, and then maybe make a contest so that everybody can, you could collect a collection of all the different, YouTube content creators you follow, right? So you have a personal finance dad one, you have a comeback card investor one, you have a fantasy football quest, you have a Ziggy No, you can have a sports card investor, but you could basically collect an NFT from each of your favorite YouTube channels. I don't see a fee in that. I think we can make those, like I could help make them for the channels and then help distribute them to the WAM addresses, right? So more coming. I'm super excited about the NFTs. What they offer, I think, is pretty cool. I mentioned in a video too about how I think you can tie NFTs into grading, and I think people are going to listen to that. So to answer your question, I don't recommend going out and buying NFTs with the goal of making money. If you're going to do that, I'll tell you the way to do it. Buy sealed packs and hold them. Just hodl packs. Whether it's Top Shot or MLB or UFC, just get packs and hodl them, and those will give you a return. But if you're into the NFT experience, there's a lot you can learn. I did launch my other channel. It's called Sports and Collectible NFTs. It's got like 9 subscribers. There's not a lot of content there. I'll start advertising it more in the future. I'm putting on some how-tos. There's a how-to of MetaMask on there and so forth. Wow, I'm over my 30 minutes, and I didn't think I was going to get there. I hope this was a good conversation this morning. I really enjoyed having chat, seeing some great feedback. Like I said, it wasn't a super, super exciting day as far as sports cards and hobby activity. I expect tomorrow will be different and be, a lot more stuff going on. Every day in the hobby is different. I really enjoy this daily show. It's about 8:45. I'm going to go ahead and break off. I will let you know at 9 o'clock, I believe Texas Card Dude is on. If you don't follow Texas Card Dude, I do recommend him. I really enjoy Texas Card Dude. He was a co-host with me on Hobby Hotline, a friend, and I will be listening to him. I also listen to the Top Shot videos. I forget, it's Top Shot Takes or whatever. So I'll be listening to that as well. And I'm going to go ahead and start my work day here in a few minutes. So thank you all. I will be back tomorrow. It looks like this 8:15-ish is working out for me. By the time I get up and get everything on, I got this set up now with what is this thing called? StreamYard. Woo! Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Happy collecting.